Welcome to week 4 of mathematics lesson, which is properties of operations. After going through this lesson, you're expected to illustrate the different properties of operations and the set of integers. Let us recall first the rules in adding or subtracting and multiplying or dividing of integers. In adding integers, if we have same signs, we're going to add and keep the signs. For example, negative 3 plus negative 6 is equal to negative 9. If we have different signs, we're going to find the difference and keep the sign of the larger number. For example, negative 3 plus positive 6 is equal to positive 3. In subtracting integers, we're going to remember the keep, change, or we're going to keep the first number, change the subtraction to addition, change the sign of the second number, then use the addition rules. The rule for multiplying and dividing is very similar to the rule for adding and subtracting. When the signs are different, the answer is negative. When the signs are the same, the answer is positive. Let's have learning task number 1. Complete the table below by filling in the sum or product. Let's have 5 plus 3 is equal to positive 8. And we have 3 plus 5 is equal to positive 8. Then we have 0 plus 6 is equal to 6. Then we have 11 plus 0 is equal to 11. Then we have 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to positive 9. Then we have 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to positive 9. Then we have 2 times 7 is equal to positive 14. Then we have 7 times 2 is equal to positive 14. Then we have 1 times 10 is equal to positive 10. And we have 1 times 8 is equal to positive 8. Then we have 0 times 21 is equal to 0. And 5 times 0 is equal to 0. In adding or multiplying integers, you have to consider the different properties of integers. So now, let's move on to the properties of addition and multiplication. The first property that we have is the closure property of addition. For example, we have 7 plus 12 is equal to 19. Another example is negative 15 plus positive 12 is equal to negative 3. For any integers, a and b, a plus b is an integer. This is closed for addition since the addends are integers. The sum is also an integer. The next property that we have is closure property of multiplication. For example, 5 times 9 is equal to 45. And negative 3 times positive 8 is equal to negative 24. For any integers, a and b, a times b is an integer. This is closed under multiplication since the factors are integers. The product is also an integer. The next property that we have is commutative property of addition. For example, positive 6 plus negative 2 is equal to positive 4, which is equal to negative 2 plus positive 6 is equal to positive 4. Therefore, positive 4 is equal to positive 4. Another example is negative 8 plus negative 3 is equal to negative 11, which is equal to negative 3 plus negative 8 is equal to negative 11. Therefore, negative 11 is equal to negative 11. For any integers, a and b, a plus b is equal to b plus a. The order of addends will not affect the sum. Next property is associative property of addition. For example, we have 3 plus 7 plus negative 4. So we have 3 plus 7 is equal to positive 10 plus negative 4, which is equal to positive 6, which is equal to 3 plus 7 plus negative 4 is equal to 3 plus 7 plus negative 4 is equal to positive 3. Therefore, 3 plus 3 is equal to positive 6. Another example is negative 2 plus positive 8 plus 5 is equal to negative 2 plus positive 8 is equal to positive 6 plus 5 is equal to 11, which is equal to negative 2 plus 8 plus 5. Therefore, we have negative 2 plus positive 13 is equal to positive 11. For any integers a, b, and c, so a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. Different groupings of addends will not affect the sum. The next property that we have is associative property of multiplication. For example, we have 4 times 5 times 7 is equal to 4 times 5 times 7. So we have 4 times 5 is equal to positive 20 times 7 is equal to 140, which is 4 times 5 times 7. So we have 4 times 35 is equal to 140. Another example is negative 2 times 6 times negative 4. So we have negative 2 times 6 is equal to negative 12 times negative 4 is equal to positive 48, which is equal to negative 2 times 6 times negative 4. So we have negative 2 times 6 times negative 4 is equal to negative 24. Therefore, negative 2 times negative 24 is equal to positive 48. For any integers a, b, and c, a times b times c is equal to a times b times c. Different groupings of factors will not affect the product. The next property that we have is identity property of addition. For example, 15 plus 0 is equal to 15, and 0 plus negative 8 is equal to negative 8. For any integer a plus 0 is equal to a. The sum of any number and 0 will always be equal to the number. The identity element of addition is 0. The next property is identity property of multiplication. For example, 32 times positive 1 is equal to positive 32, and positive 1 times negative 15 is equal to negative 15. For any integer a times 1 is equal to a. The product of any number and 1 will always be equal to the number. The identity element of multiplication is 1. The next property that we have is additive inverse property. For example, 10 plus negative 10 is equal to 0, and negative 2 plus positive 2 is equal to 0. For any integer a plus negative a is equal to 0. The opposite of the given integer is called its additive inverse. The sum of a number and its additive inverse is 0. Next property is multiplicative inverse property. For example, 3 times 1/3 is equal to 1, and negative 5 times negative 1/5 is equal to positive 1. The reciprocal of the given integer is called its multiplicative inverse. The product of a number and its multiplicative inverse is 1. Next property is zero property of multiplication. For example, negative 98 times 0 is equal to 0, and 0 times positive 12 is equal to 0. For any integer a a times 0 is equal to 0. Any number multiplied by 0 is equal to 0. The next property that we have is distributive property of multiplication over addition. For example, we have 6 times 4 plus 8. So we have 6 times 4 plus 8 is equal to positive 12. Then 6 times 12 is equal to positive 72, which is equal to 6 times 4 plus 6 times 8. So 6 times 4 is equal to positive 24 plus 6 times 8 is equal to positive 48. 24 plus 48 is equal to 72. Another example is negative 5 times negative 3 plus 10. So we have negative 5 times negative 3 plus 10 is equal to positive 7. Then negative 5 times positive 7 is equal to negative 35, which is equal to negative 5 times negative 3 plus negative 5 times positive 10. So we have negative 5 times negative 3 is equal to positive 15 plus negative 5 times positive 10 is equal to negative 50. Therefore, positive 15 plus negative 50 is equal to negative 35. For any integers a, b, and c, so a times b plus c is equal to ab plus ac. So adding first before multiplying or distributing the factor to each addend will give the same result. Moving on to learning task number 2. So complete the following to make true statements. Then, determine the property applied. Then we have learning task number 3. Identify the property being used in each situation. Then express the statement in mathematical form. And that's all for today. Thank you.